Hey guys, welcome back. I am living in a hotel currently, so the background is going to be messy. I know I'm a little late to the show here, but I still wanted to review it for myself because it looks so gorgeous. I could not wait to get my hands on this palette. It is the new Anastasia Rivera. I just love everything about the packaging, the theme. It's so cute. I'm so glad she finally came out with a non-neutral palette. You know, her palettes are gorgeous. I do not own any of her other palettes myself. If I did, my opinion might be different. Norvina, Soft Glam, Modern Renaissance. I see them all on the display and they all just look so similar to me. There's like one or two shades that pop in each palette, and I know she repeats a lot of the shades in all of the palettes, which is, I get her idea behind it, but to me, I don't have any of her palettes because they don't speak to me. I won't buy a palette unless I'm interested, obviously. So when she came out with this palette, oh honey, I was in it. I was so in it. This is her spring or summer collection. I have not opened this yet myself. I mean, of course I've seen the display of it. I'm just so excited to try it out. Here we go, and the actual eyeshadow case is this nautical theme as well. Oops. Okay, so the feel of it is, I like it. I feel this and I know the beach is coming. Like, I'm about to go to the beach. This is just I don't know how to explain this. It almost feels like a jean material. Whenever you see something nautical and you touch it and it's that same material, that is what this is. Here is the front, and let's open her up. Oh my gosh. I assume there's gonna be a plastic thing that falls out. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, yep, there it is. Oh my gosh. Tell me that just doesn't inspire you in some way. I didn't know her palettes came with a brush. That's cool. I didn't know that. I don't know if I'll use it. I don't know if her brushes are good. I've never tried Anastasia eyeshadow palette before. I'm so excited. That's clean enough. We'll use it. I'll be mostly showing you my right eye just because this brow is always popping. Should we use the brush? Should it be part of this review? You know what? Sure. Let's go ahead and use this brush later. I still want a super fluffy brush for my first transition shade. I'm first gonna go in with Estate. One thing I have heard about her palettes is that there's fallout most of the time, which there is, as you probably also saw in that clip, dipping into the brush. Fallout doesn't really bother me that much. It's just when it starts to fall on my cheeks like mad, that's when I get a little annoyed and I won't gravitate towards that palette as much because it's not as functional for me. Okay, so this color, on my eyes, it looks different to me than it does in the palette. In the palette, it looks more paley nude to me. On my eyes, it's actually looking kind of pink, like a really light pale pink shade. It's gorgeous. I just didn't expect this color to come out from that shade in the palette. And you already know what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna bring that on my lower lash line with the same fluffy brush. So far it's blending great. I haven't blended another shadow on top of it, but as far as building up on one shade, it's blending out great. Let's try this Anastasia brush. We have one side that is a fluffy brush and another side more of a condensed buffer brush. This I would use to pack in the outer corner and maybe blend it up a little bit into my crease. This side I would use to apply colors like my transition shade if I didn't have my big fluffy brush with me, or to start to pack in that crease. So that's what I'm gonna use this side for right now to start to build definition in my crease. We're gonna take the shade Coastline. This shade got a lot more fallout to me than Estate did. So I'm just gonna wiggle off that fallout because I don't want it to be landing on my cheeks. This brush isn't bad. It's performing really well. Once again, the shade to me looks a lot more pink on my eye than it does in the palette. It looks a lot more orange in the palette. On my eye, it looks pink. Still pretty, it's just not the color I expected to show up. After a while blending back and forth, it actually feels like it's starting to irritate my eyelid just because I blend so much back and forth on my eyelid, and it's just a really sensitive area. So if the brush isn't super soft, my eyelids get irritable really fast. It's still blending out beautifully. I just wish the bristles were a little bit softer. I'm gonna take the other side of this Anastasia brush. I'm gonna take the shade Sails, and I'm gonna put that on my brow bone. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Monte Carlo. This in the palette definitely does look more of a pinky shade than Coastline. So I'm expecting this to look even more pink than it does in the palette, just because the other two shades didn't look pink at all. And the color on my eyes definitely looks more like a pink. Okay, see, that shade looks way more realistic to what it actually looks like in the palette compared to the first two shades we used. I'm gonna dabble back into Coastline with that Anastasia brush, and I'm going over the top of, what was that shade name? Monte Carlo. Ooh, that is starting to look really pretty. I'm taking that Jeffree Star approved Papa Pink Bahama shade. It looks so gorgeous. I'm gonna carve my crease out with this, so I'm just gonna stamp this hot Bahama shade right in my crease. Is that not fun or what? Oh, that's cool. Y'all, these shades to me are performing so well. I really don't have anything bad to say right now. I'm taking the brush we used to pack on Monte Carlo. Just wanted to blend out the Bahama shade very softly. Same brush, I am now gonna go in with Canes. Canes? I think that's Canes. The purple shade. Starting in the middle here, all the way to here, and I'm gonna try to blend it out, make it like an ombre effect of the pink and the purple. Tell me that's just not beautiful. This is turning out so pretty. Okay, you guys. On to the shimmers. I'm gonna use my finger for this, the shade Mediterranean. This is my kind of blue. I love periwinkles. Ooh! I'm gonna take that Mediterranean shade on this itty bitty brush. Kind of just get rid of the fallout. I don't want glittery fallout all over my cheeks. Shape out my crease more with a brush, just because it's hard to get the complete shape you want with just your finger. You know what? We should wet the brush. Un momento. This is a Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. I'm so excited to put this on my eyeballs. Wow, I actually like the effect of wetting my brush more than just going in with my finger. Getting that inner corner, I think, makes such a difference. On this side, I couldn't really get it with my finger, so going back in with a brush to really define the crease makes all the difference. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Seaside. Is it me, or can you barely see it? There we go, it's starting to show up more. Get busy! That is so pretty. Look how much it packs onto that brush. Ooh, that's about to produce a lot of fallout. Man! Okay, if I'm dealing with these shimmers again, I'm definitely just gonna have to do my face after the fact. On my inner corner, it's this bright yellow shade. Okay, let's try to spray the brush because that did not show up at all on me. Let's try this again. It's there, but it's so faint. Dang. It's definitely not the star of the show of this palette. Look, there we go. I just really have to pack it on there. I'm taking that yacht shade on the same brush. I did again wipe it off so there was nothing left on the brush. Put this on my lower lash line. Why not? Let's have fun with this. I want to try to use all of the shades, you know? Lower lash line still needs some more color, so let's go back in with Bahamas. I feel like I need a colorful eyeliner for my lower lash rim. I don't know if I want to do a turquoise. I kind of want to do a purple, but the only purple I have is a deep plum, and that might just look black with this look. Or we can do a white. No. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm first gonna go over with white, but then I'm gonna take this nudie champagne color, because if I just do this champagne color, it won't show up on me because I am so fair, but I still want to tone down the white. I don't want it to be stark white, so I'm gonna first take this NYX retractable eyeliner. This is in the shade white, obviously. Okay, this is gonna look weird, but whatever. Now I'm gonna take this more nudie eyeliner. This is by Physicians Formula Glide On Gel Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Champagne. It should look a little bit more glossy. That looks a lot better to me than just the white. I feel like this look needs a wing, at least just a little one, even though it probably won't be a little one. So I'm using my Holy Grail eyeliner by Physicians Formula. Put on some mascara and my Goddess lashes by Tarte, and I did pop on a gloss. This is by Dose of Colors in the shade Just My Type. Final thoughts on this palette. I like it. I really like it a lot. I can see myself gravitating towards this throughout the spring and summer months. I tried really hard not to use that color because that's the color I always use with palettes like this. The only thing about this palette, this Inheritance shade, it took some time to build up. It's in my inner corner, but it's still just not as in your face. So that wasn't my favorite shade in the palette. The brown in this palette, why? I feel like that should have been replaced with matte sort of blue, or even like more of a terracotta brown. I think that would have matched better with the theme of this palette. I did like how the shadows performed. I'm gonna use this palette all the time. I'm so excited that I have it. So this palette does retail for $45. It does say that it is made in the USA. That's pretty cool. It is cruelty free. Set sail with 14 all new Paradise inspired mattes and metallics, from vibrant jewel tones to bright pops of color. Anastasia Beverly Hills Rivera palette is an essential springtime color collection featuring classic neutrals and seasonal tones that are perfect for creating your ultimate vacation looks. This does have 3 pressed pigments in it. Palm, the dark brown, the Canes, the purple we used, and Bahamas, which is the bright pink we used. Interesting, the shade Yacht in the palette says that it's a duochrome mauve taupe with a violet shift. It looks gold in the palette. I mean, I guess? I don't know. It looks gold, but it's saying it's a mauve taupe. I mean, when you see the sunlight, yeah. This palette, it's still gorgeous. I want to let you know that a lot of the shades that you see look completely different when they're on your eyeballs. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the post bell notification button if you want to be notified every single time I upload. I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye-bye.